Hey, you're listening to the Plain Donuts podcast. It's the banginest, most kept 100 podcast by millennials and for millennials and possibly also really cool 12-year-olds. Okay, cool. Hope you enjoy the show. All right. We do have a couple of people who've responded to us on the internet.
Way.
If you would like to go into it. There is I don't know how fully we want to use people's names.
We'll just use their first name, last initial.
Your friend
First initial,
Dennis F.
Oh.
Last first initial, that's fun to say.
That was fun.
Dennis F. says, Alicia, I fully expect a shout out from you.
Hey, Dennis. How are you doing? Dennis is a friend of mine from college, and we used to go bowling on Thursday afternoons when it was $1 at Wildcat Lanes. Shout out Weber State Wildcats. Shout out Your Plain Donuts Wildcats. So thanks for listening, Dennis. That's really awesome.
Okay, all right. There's also another friend we have named Shannon S.
Ooh.
Who said, I would like a shout out at some point on your podcast, if not the opportunity for a guest appearance.
Ooh.
I was trying to angle into this fame. People already trying to...
Our phones are blowing up, Steve. Our social media is blowing up.
Already trying to suck on the teat. I get it.
For all those 12-year-olds listening out there, Google that. Ask your mom.
That's about cows.
Speaking of cows.
Okay, so we have another friend who I will not name because this is a minor juicy confession.
Ooh.
She says, this is a she, don't worry about it. She says, I just found out a couple weeks ago that my workplace, which has a garbage can and a recycling can both in our break room, actually does not recycle. Both cans just go to the garbage. And my company is in the business of renewable energy. So that's embarrassing.
That's such a good confession.
Such a good confession.
That's so
It's
good.
number one on our confessions list. It's the first ever.
Oh, that's a good confession.
It's
That's
a really
pretty
good
funny.
one. Man. I wonder who throws it away and who decided, like, we're going to put this recycling here, but we're not going to do anything with it.
Okay, but you have seen those bins, right, that are just a single, like, rectangle, and then on top it has, like, recycling and then garbage. So
and you assume there's some kind
there's
of,
like a
divider
separator,
in there.
yeah.
But somebody was just like, meh, we'll just say we're recycling. We're in renewable energy. We want people to believe this. You know how to make people believe it? By doing it.
That's such a good confession. Hey, thanks everybody for commenting and doing your confessions. This is great. Love it.
We have another confession from the internet and also from the floor, literally. My confession is, says Otto P. My confession is, I fell asleep in the studio while recording this episode and woke up to laughing, and it made me smile. I love the podcast. Thanks, you can't have any of our money.
Yeah. Thanks, but sorry.
Just kidding. All these people
Thanks,
trying
Otto
to...
P.
I'm gonna have to like sign prenups with all my friends now and
Prenups?
stuff. Yeah, friendship prenuptials. It's a new Hollywood thing. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I'm sure it is. We're talking to you, Taylor Swift and Tom Hiddleston. We mentioned a lot of celebrities on this podcast.
I know. Well, that's because we are loving of celebrities.
We love celebrities.
We appreciate that.
Specifically Canadian celebrities. I think we have one more topic we can pull out of the bowl, unless we're still doing confessions and shoutouts.
Well, I think that's all the confessions and shoutouts at the moment. We are about 45 minutes in.
45 minutes in, okay. Cool. Let's see. Let's get a good one here.
Another topic.
Unusual bodily functions.
Oh, unusual. Wasn't this we had another game to go with this.
Oh.
Unfortunate things you have to put in your mouth.
Yes.
Is it already in there?
It's not in there. I think I put it in the wrong bowl.
All right. Well, we'll come back to that later.
We'll put this back in here.
Okay. Yeah, as a reminder. Or no, do you want to talk about unusual bodily functions?
We can.
What?
Well,
the thing is like, what exactly do you mean by unusual bodily functions?
I don't know.
Like, because I remember submitting this to you as a subject, but not like, what can be considered unusual?
Oh, we have to define usual bodily functions.
I guess number 1 and number 2, salivating.
Yeah. Your snot.
Even
tears.
like a cold is sort of a usual bodily function.
I think,
Well, these all have to do with liquids. Like, we could go very specifically into, like, my phalanges move, my eyeballs look, like...
Eyeballs.
But
my teeth have enamel, and it can wear off after a significant portion of time.
Sometimes I need a haircut. Not for much longer, Steve.
I'm doing the crying.
I know. Crying emoji.
Cry me a river, Steve. I think an unusual bodily function, which is not really a function, but so this is going to be kind of maybe a little too descriptive, and it might not apply to everyone, but if anyone has ever taken a bath and you somehow got, you drained the water out and you kind of got suctioned to the bathtub itself from your back, and you kind of pull yourself up and it makes like that weird, like,
oh, yes.
suctiony noise.
Yeah.
That's something that I would consider unusual.
Unusual bodily function is the bathtub sucky noise.
Sucky noise that your skin makes. Yeah.
That's a hilarious one. Let me think if I can think of an unusual bodily function. Like anything unusual you could do with your body, I guess. Like, sometimes I used to have to break into my house and like have to like crawl through a window very awkwardly and stuff. That's a pretty unusual function to do with my body.
Especially if your hip is not like stretched quite enough to like stick it through the window. You got like a very intense.
I always hurt myself doing that. And I am a big person, and I used to be bigger, and it was always bad. Anyway, that was a really good story about my life. No,
he's doing okay, I promise.
Here's an unusual bodily function. It's not that unusual, but it is really weird. Have you ever thought about like what pus is?
Kind of. I think. Okay, so who was the president that he got shot?
Kennedy?
And no, Lincoln. It was like not back in the day, but he got shot and he was alive for quite some time after that. And this was before people washed their hands and things like that. So people were like digging in to find this bullet that he was shot with, and they thought pus was like a good thing, but essentially it like bored a hole of pus like from his stomach to his back.
Wow.
And it was like an insane amount of pus. And I don't know, I'm one of those people that I really like to watch those like pimple popping videos. Like it's kind of like interesting to me, but sometimes you're just like, oh, how did that person survive with like a literal cup of pus in their back? I don't know. That's really disgusting. But it's
it's the pus is actually a sign of a good thing happening, but also of a bad thing, right? Pus is basically like your body sending white blood cells to infection to surround it and kill it, basically. And so it's an indicator that you're infected, but it's also an indicator that your body is trying to fight the infection. So I think, and I'm probably medically incorrect about this, but when I think of it, like pus coming out of your body is like actual just white blood cells pouring from your body. I don't know if that's actually true. Like, I don't know what pus is actually made of. I don't want to Google it, really. Like, my Google history is already weird enough, I guess. But, like, what exactly is pus?
I kind of want to look that up. Let's see.
Is pus a weird word?
Pus.
I like to just elongate the The middle portion. Pus.
Okay, here we go. What is pus made of? Oh, I don't really like saying that word. Pus is a protein-rich fluid called liquid purus, usually whitish, yellowish, yellow-brown. There's lots of different colors, apparently.
Pus color
it's
can
a buildup
vary.
of dead white blood cells. Okay, so yeah, you're correct. That's what it is. And it comes in many colors. White, yellowish white.
You know
brown.
what's really actually... and like so many people are probably just now.
Well, we're not subscribing to this disgusting podcast.
Unsubscribed!
Don't unsubscribe. Please like
Thumbs
and
down.
share.
Thumbs down.
Please don't 1-star us.
Henry VIII is back! So, I like the Henry VIII character coming in whenever something dumb happens. Which is...
all the time.
constant. Henry VIII is going to be here a lot. What was I? Oh, I have to watch, if I'm going to watch those pimple popping videos or whatever, which I usually avoid because I'm not squeamish about it so much, but I think often I'll see like them scroll on my feed or whatever at work. And I'm like, I don't think most people are going to want to walk by my desk and see somebody popping a giant pimple or like removing a cyst or something.
I was that coworker who would watch those videos, and I would watch videos of C-sections and like ingrown toenails being removed.
Just at
and,
work?
and nasal polyp removal.
HR never said anything.
They're probably like, this girl's crazy. Like, she's probably a psychopath and would like kill us or something. I don't know.
I wonder how many tick marks she has on her wall.
Oh, so many.
A tick mark for each dead body is probably the best serial killer behavior. It's really weird to me that serial killers like keep things from their kills. Like, it's a very common behavior to like keep some kind of memento, and it's just like,
maybe I can't be a serial killer because I don't want to have to keep something
after
I kill someone.
Well,
it's like, are you going to forget? Is that why you kept it?
It's like so incriminating, but I think it's all like in your head.
Yeah.
It's like all emotional where you look at this and you go, that one time
I sliced that dude's face open with this knife. Oh, so good.
Yeah. Which is really weird to think about.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's hard.
If you're a serial killer, don't tweet us.
Yeah.
We don't want none of that.
Yeah. The one demographic we're not looking for is you, serial killer.
I was like, how we address serial killer as an individual and not as a group.
There's only one at a time. That's how it works.
Like, I thought you meant like one serial killer ever at a time.
No, just one at a time. Like, and then the police kill them, and then a new one arises. That's how the serial killer mythos goes.
Whatever you say, Steve.
I watched a lot of television to learn about this serial killer mythos.
I watched Law and Order: Criminal Intent. I know how it goes.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of that one show where they chase serial killers. What was that show?
Something murderer.
I'm in one of those funks where I can't remember the names of anything right now. It's really good. Serial killer TV show. This is why we have Google. Yeah. Criminal Minds is the one. Google just came up with a straight up list. It's like, I don't know what you're looking for. Here's all of them.
Dexter, probably.
It's really good. Yeah, Dexter was the second one. Hannibal, which I've never watched. The Fall, True Detective, and Twin Peaks, Bates Motel, Ripper Street. True Detective, the first season was really good, and
I never watched it.
I couldn't get into the second season. It just wasn't. It was so slow and not very intriguing. Sorry, HBO. You ruined my life on that one.
They can't all be hits. Wah, wah.
Well, how did we even get here?
I don't know.
Oh, strange bodily functions. Pus. Being just essentially just dead white blood cells.
That was good. So we had 3.
I thought maybe the president that got shot was well, there was another one.
There's so many presidents that's been
Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt. I thought maybe that's who you were referring to. The father of all badasses.
He's pretty cool. He seems like a cool guy. Seems like someone I would hang out with. on the rags.
So there's a story. Okay, so Otto knows this story, actually. I think Otto told me this story originally, but it's a little bit of not just telling the story, but I was with my friend Brady one time. Shout out to Brady. I know you're not listening, bro.
Why not, Brady?
Anyway, he might be. We were walking one time outside, and it was like kind of windy, and Brady was like, man, I really wish I would have brought my jacket. It's cold. And so I said, Brady, there was this one time Teddy Roosevelt was going to give a speech, and while he was going up to the podium, he got shot by a guy in the crowd, and he went up to the podium and spoke for like 70 minutes before the Secret Service was like, okay, man, we got to take you to the hospital. And he had a bullet in his side, gave a speech for 70 minutes, and you can't walk down the street for 3 blocks without a windbreaker on.
Brady.
And that was the whole story. But that was a really good story. And he did get shot. Yeah. And so...
Didn't he insist? He's like, no, like, it's fine.
The Secret Service was...
Didn't he end up passing out or something like that?
Yeah, that's what it was. He basically, like...
His body was like, you're really tough. And that's great, but we have to take a nap.
His body was like, bro, you're really shot right now.
Yeah, you're really shot, and we're going into shock right now.
This has been really fun.
Yeah, he's a ride or die kind of guy.
TR is my ride or die. Okay.
Which president would be your ride or die?
This is a BuzzFeed. A BuzzFeed.
Well, it's not BuzzFeed. We got some good quizzes.
Which president? Number 1, which prez would be your ride or die? Number 2, how many wives did Henry VIII have? It's just a 1-question quiz. Number 3, what kind of accent did Henry VIII have? Basically, Louis Armstrong Southern. No. Okay, that's it.
Oh, that's pretty good.
We got BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed, you're welcome.
I'm gonna get him on the horn.
We're getting a lot of people on the horn today.
It's my thing. I'm just gonna start calling big companies when I need things. Remember when I said I was gonna get Facebook on the horn? Because why was I gonna do that?
Oh, for Mark Zuckerberg to see if we needed to pay Facebook to boost it to our own friends, which it seems like it's blocking. So.
Yeah, we need to call Mark Zuckerberg about that.
What the heck, Mark?
Listen, Zuck.
The Zuckerberg.
You dirty Zuckerberg. Okay.
That's such a good last name.
It is a really good last name. Zuckerberg.
Is he Jewish?
I don't know.
Oh. Is Mark Zuckerberg Jewish?
We're not going to Google that. It looks very Jewish now that you say that. Ethnicity?
Let's see.
Mark, ethniccelebs.com.
Great.
I don't know if I'm comfortable going to this website. Mark Zuckerberg, Ashkenazi Jewish.
He is.
So yeah.
Oh, look at that.
All right.
Oh.
Well, we used the word Ashkenazi on the podcast, so
instantly our intellectual.
I feel really uncomfortable that I just thought of this, but that word actually has the word Nazi in it. That's very ironic.
Hashtag irony. Hashtag you're playing donuts ironic.
Ashkenazi. Hashtag the people with the triangle.
Illuminati.
I'm telling you, I'm in one of those things. I can't remember any words. Illuminati is controlling the world.
Yeah. Shout out to the Illuminati, because we know you guys are listening.
Shout out to the Illuminati. We know you hear everything. Who's gonna be the next president?
Oh, man.
Don't say it's Trump.
Please don't say that.
We're not getting political here.
Yeah, we won't do that. Anyways.
Hey, this is your Plain Donuts co-host, Steve. So far, we've received a really warm, wonderful reception from our family and friends and people who've listened to the podcast, and that includes you, so we're really grateful for it. Obviously, so far, we don't advertise the podcast at all. We don't even pay Facebook to show our friends the Plain Donuts posts, which apparently gets us less views, but that's okay. if you want to help us out, if you want to push this podcast into the realms of success, the best thing you can do is just share it with your friends. Say, hey, come check out this banging podcast. It's really good. Hey. And as always, you can leave an old review on the old iTunes store. That helps us out as well because iTunes ranks things that way and puts people in places that are visible that way as well. But truly, though, we really do appreciate you guys. As always, you can hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/plaindonuts or Twitter at yourplaindonuts, or you can find us on Tumblr at yourplaindonuts.tumblr.com. Or on Twitter, you can always use the hashtag plaindonuts. We can find you that way as well. Nobody else is using that hashtag, so we figured we'd take it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. It was super fun to make, and I hope it's super fun to listen to.
So, we did our topics for this week.
Okay,
along
great.
with several other things. Should we do our reoccurring?
Yeah, let's do some reoccurring topics.
Okay.
We're going to have to separate these into like two separate things. We have roughly 20 minutes to have two 40-ish minute episodes.
Let's see.
Here at Plain Donuts, our episodes are 40-ish minutes long.
40-ish. Okay, reviewing Amazon reviews is going to be our game today.
Oh, I have a perfect one, actually.
Oh, yes.
I thought about this when I saw this thing, because I was like, oh my gosh.
Good.
What kind of reviewer thinks these things? Where was it?
I think for this section we should have kind of maybe like some instrumental, quartet music as we read this.
We'll see how much time I have.
Come on, Steve! And this is where I would start.
Where was it? I believe it was on this one. I think this is just showing the most recent customer reviews.
Is this for a microphone?
Yeah, because I was looking at this mic for fun, and I just look at it sometimes to dream about the day when we will buy them. Well, somebody took a picture of their own recording setup.
Oh, that's nice.
Looks pretty good, bro. It's pretty great. How recent? It has to have been. Okay, well, it was about some microphone or something. I can't remember. It might have been about. It might have actually been about a router that I was buying, and or a microphone. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was a microphone. The review was basically, I won't bore you with the technical blah blah blah, but this is a good microphone. And I was like, people are reading the reviews to know about the technical blah blah blah. Like, and why this is like the laziest review of all time. Why even say that?
Yeah.
Why even say I won't bore you with the technical blah blah blah?
It must have been one of those people, because after you purchase something from Amazon, they'll send you like a billion emails saying, do you want to review this? Do you want to review this? And even I at times have been like, yeah, sure. And I'll go on and I'll say, this is a good thing. This is a good computer case. I don't know what else I can really say about it, is that it's a computer case and the dimensions are correct in the description.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty much it.
That's true. But at the same time, you could just say, it's a good mic, I liked it, and let that be that.
Yeah. No need to include, I won't bore you with the technical blah, blah, blah.
And he said it 3 times. Why you need 3 blahs in there? I don't know. This technical shizzle whizzle.
Who started saying blah, blah, blah? Who was that? Was that Seinfeld that started saying that?
Was it? I don't know. I feel like it's just been like culturally ubiquitous for throughout the years. We could look at it. Etymology of blah, blah, blah. Early 20th century imitative.
Ooh.
That's all.
That's pretty much it.
Early 20th century. Early 1900s.
Huh.
That's cool. Was not Seinfeld. Sorry, Alicia. You're wrong.
I really wanted it to be Seinfeld. I really like Seinfeld.
Okay, so here's another thing about reviews. We could just look at all these reviews and gauge them. There was one I just saw. 1 star. The title of the review is 1 star.
Okay, already off to... So we're reviewing this review.
This is an Amazon verified
We're already
purchase.
off to a bad start, because We know it's 1 star. You do not need to repeat the rating in the title. I need more to get me engaged.
This review is already subtracted by 1 star.
Yeah.
Starts out at 3.
Yeah.
So this is a 2-star review so far.
2-star.
Okay, here's the whole review. It's very short. Cannot get the microphone to work. Amazon gave me a dead microphone.
Oh, okay. Do we have punctuation on this?
Yeah,
is this grammatically
it's full sentences.
Full sentence. Okay.
Except the first one. I think the subject of the sentence is implied. I cannot get it to work. But here we go. There are comments on this review already.
Here we go.
Pretty stoked about it. Amazon gave me a dead microphone.
Yeah.
Okay, the comments are not loading. I have like real fast internet at my house, and sometimes right now it's just not working.
So right now it's at 2 stars. So what kind of comments we got?
Dan B gave my sentiments exactly. Amazon will send you a new one. Don't take it out on the mic. Right? I'm like,
yeah.
well.
And a lot of times you'll see in Amazon reviews, people will comment about the shipping of the product or how the product arrived damaged because of shipping, and it's like, okay, like
that's actually kind of valuable. Like if you're thinking about ordering the same product from the same place, you want to know about the shipping and stuff. I could see how you would like that.
But it's more like, postman left it on my door and stepped on it or something like that. Yeah. It's like, well, okay.
That's not anyone's fault.
I don't know what else to say besides that didn't have anything to do with the product itself. Oh, here we go. Okay,
this is my favorite review of all time.
Okay.
It's a 5-star review. The title of the review is 5 stars. Okay,
again?
We docked somebody else for that, but for this guy, you get a pass because the total text of the review is, yeah, boy! And that's it.
Is it a verified purchase?
Yeah, verified purchase. I'd like to know what kind of stuff this guy's recording with this microphone.
This guy is great.
Yeah, boy, it's just Amazon customer, so I don't get to
Amazon
know his
customer.
name.
Well, Amazon customer, I would say that's your 5-star review is a review of a total of 5 stars from us.
That other review,
I would give it 2 stars.
1.5, but I can't do half stars, so 2.
Yeah,
that's
and only 2 stars because of the comments underneath, because that helps, like, kind of.
Yeah,
I know it gives it a story.
Yeah,
we don't know. It's cliffhanger.
I like
Did he get a new microphone?
There are 3 different comments of people saying roughly the same thing. One of them asking why it won't work. Sir, are you too dumb to make this microphone work?
That actually could be a possibility.
I know.
So,
do you have a preamp or interface? Do you have phantom power on it? Is it turned on? Did you run it correctly through your
Is your microphone
software?
turned on?
Did you do it right?
Oh, that's funny.
It's really good. And people are I like that 3 people piled on to this review. They're
like, no, this is
BS, man.
This is a terrible review, and here's why.
This is Amazon, where we pride ourselves in the quality of our reviews, sir. Try harder next time.
Unlike YouTube comments, come on.
Who won? Epic rap battles of history! Amazon comments
versus YouTube comments! Begin! There's an idea for you, ERB. You're welcome.
I know, seriously, guys. You gotta step your game up. Make comment people... I don't know how to say the words I want to say. Mm-hmm. Make commenting platforms rap against one another. This is perfect.
That sounds like a hot mess, because I know Amazon would win, but I just want to know how badly Amazon would win.
What would be really fantastic, though, is if they actually went to YouTube and Amazon to find the content for their raps. Oh, that would be so good. A lot of work, though. Get on that, ERB.
I just imagine a lot of the comments are "kill yourself" or "why is this showing up on my stream" or whatever.
Battles of internet software. Okay, that was really good. Oh, should we let's look up something else. What do we want to?
Let's look up a random a household product. Let's go for an egg beater or something.
Egg beater. perfect.
I bet there's going to be some good ones.
Should we get...
Let's go for the one with the most ratings, because that'll probably have the best comments.
This one has 527 ratings. It's a hand mixer. Not quite an egg beater, but good. Ooh, holy crap. Hamilton Beach 6-speed classic stand mixer, stainless steel, 1,800 reviews.
Let's go for it.
Let's
get
dive
ready.
in. Here we
Lots
go.
Of information on this one.
My goodness.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not going to read that whole review. I do like its title. 4 stars. I'm satisfied with my purchase.
I mean, hey, that's pretty much what you want to say, right?
Sort by most recent, of course.
All right. So let's see.
There are a lot of people who just make the title of their review.
I hate that. Come on.
The stars. Wish the bowl rotated.
The reason why it does not rotate, Amazon purchaser, is because the mixer rotates for you? I don't know.
You're right.
I'm confused.
You're right.
Like, why are you mad? You bought it ahead of time knowing that the bowl did not rotate unless specifically it said in the product description that it did. So, joke's on you, Amazon reviewer.
Okay, so this review is kind of crap. I like this person's name, though. Their last name is Sword.
Sword.
With, like, sword, like the knife. Yeah. The long knife that you gank people with. Okay, so I like that the first part of their review title is the end of a sentence, because I think they actually considered how Amazon was going to display it.
Yeah.
So it's 1 star, and it was absolutely horrible. The title of the review begins, and it was absolutely horrible. Hamilton Beach is a good name. Wow, great title.
That's good. I'd rate that 3 stars. That review.
All right. 3 stars for 3 stars for a well considered
format of review. 1 star for the person who was upset about the bowl rotating.
Wait, M. Lockman, dude. We'll talk about Good Burger later, but I use dude fluidly. It's gender fluid to me. M. Lockman, dude. Okay. I don't understand what. Okay, so it's a 5-star review. Mm-hmm. The title of it is Just Like Me, period. She cried when she saw it. She ... What? About a mixer?
Just like me. So that's implying that first the man cried, or the dude.
M. Lockman, whomever they may be.
This person cried, and then
she cried. Bought this for my niece. She wanted one so badly. She loves to cook just like me. Okay, so I get it. She cried when she saw it. She was so happy. Went right home and made the perfect cake with it. She says it is perfect in every way, and she is delighted. But apparently the title of this review came from the middle of it, where just in the middle of a sentence, just like me, she cried when she saw it. She was so, or she what? She cried when she saw it. She ... Like, what? Is the title of the review just like some random snippet from the middle?
That's by far my favorite review, just because it takes you on this journey of
such a weird...
And you first think it's going to be for this person's wife or significant other.
Right, she cried when she saw it.
She cried when she saw it, but no, it's the niece. It's the niece who cried.
And then it starts with just like me too. Yeah. Because really, you really expect him to be like, I cried when I saw it, and then she cried when she saw it. She really loves this $30 mixer. We both cried when we saw it.
And she went home and made the perfect cake.
The perfect cake. And then she called me to tell me about it. I didn't even have to try it. I know it's a great mixer.
That's perfect.
Oh, wonderful review.
That was a good one.
That was really good.
That was really funny.
That was a really good review. Okay, let's see. Are there any more we can look at? Died a quick death. Wow, that's pretty dramatic to say about a mixer. All right. as described. Works great.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, good. They described it adequately.
That kind of sounds like Etsy reviews. Like, because it'll give you, like, a certain amount of... Or eBay. Maybe I'm thinking eBay. It'll give you, like, you can only choose from certain words. Like, as described. Or great. Or looks good.
I like to filter by the 1-star only reviews. Because, like... Especially when something is well reviewed, I like to see the crazy people who gave it 1 star.
Ooh, you know what? We should review a book next time, because a lot of people review books just, and say, sometimes they won't purchase it even. It won't be verified purchases. It'll just be people reviewing the book. Mm-hmm. And that somehow gives them a platform to, like, say whatever, and people will comment, like, the craziest, like, theories and things like within this Amazon review, and it just goes so deep and so crazy. So would recommend if for next time.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm cool with that. How would you guys like to hear us review Amazon book reviews?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Tweet us at Plain Donuts or use the hashtag Plain Donuts.
Or follow us on Facebook.
Oh, hey, there's a question from the audience. Using the Plain Donuts hashtag, my friend Chris S., who actually left a comment on Facebook.
Ooh.
Chris S. His comment was, confession, I haven't even listened to the first one all the way through yet. And Chris. I said, you're getting called out, you jerk. And he said, that's the opposite of a shout out, right? Yeah, dog. Yep. Sure is. Getting called out. Although he did use our hashtag, and he's the only one.
Oh, he's the first person to use your Plain Donuts hashtag.
Oh, and someone else liked our post, which is good. Great.
That's great.
This post has reached 52 people.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty great. Yeah. We're doing really well. 52 whole people that this post has touched. Yeah. I'm happy with touching 52 people, if you know what I mean. Okay.
Steve's a toucher.
I'm not touching that. Okay. Chris says, maybe you went over this in your first episode, but why the name Plain Donuts? What constitutes a plain donut? No sprinkles? Okay, so I'll explain why we went it. If you want, I'll explain why we chose Plain Donuts, and then you, in your crazy passion for donuts, can describe what constitutes a plain donut.
I will.
Okay, prepare yourself. We chose Plain Donuts because we thought about doing a podcast. Like, actually, Alicia one time on the train was like, well, we should just do a podcast about this. And it was like a joke for some reason, or maybe she was serious and was hoping I would bite. I don't know. Or that someone
But he did bite.
someone would bite. Anyway, so I was like, we should really do this. Like, I think it would be funny, and we have a lot to talk about. Otto literally laughed out loud once today.
LOL.
So, like, he lolled on the floor. It was
Ruffling.
amazing. He very quietly said, "It's a pretty good podcast."
The mic probably didn't pick it up.
Also from the floor. It probably didn't pick it up. You probably didn't hear it, but Otto gave us yet another compliment.
Yeah. Thanks, Otto.
So anyway, we were trying to think of good podcast names, and we thought of Train of Thought because we talk on the train sometimes. And then we could write down book shedding because we haven't ever talked about books. Yeah. Like book shedding, like bike shedding, but about books. That's a really bad pun that I made. But then we were just chatting about it, and I was like, I think we kind of need something next level. And Alicia was like, we could just call it Next Level.
I really am into calling things exactly like what I think about.
Meanwhile, I'm Googling okay, what's the second level of Mario Brothers? And it came up with Mario Brothers World, and the second world in Mario Brothers World, or the second area, is called Donut Plains, and I was just like, oh, we should call it Plain Donuts! And so I said that to Alicia, and she's like, I love that! And so it's not a very meaningful name other than it has a decent story. So Plain Donuts, because Donut Plains is the second world in Mario World, and that's a really good video game.
It's
the
fun.
End.
Yeah. So what constitutes a plain donut? So not very many people know this, but there are two types of donuts. There are cake donuts and non-cake donuts, which you would call, I don't even know, a Krispy Kreme? Like, that's the consistency. That's all I can think about, but... So, I'm very particular.
Fried bread donuts? Is that what those are?
I don't know. I don't even know what they're called. I only know cake donuts, and they're like soft, other terrible non-cake donuts. Terrible, awful, don't even look at them donuts.
You don't like Krispy Kremes?
I'm not a fan of Krispy Kreme. There's a specific donut that it comes to mind when I think of plain donuts. It's a cake donut. You can get a really terrible version of this at Dunkin' Donuts. So, but it's not like a glazed, fluffy donut. It's like this delicious, moist, and I know people hate that word, but I'm saying it because it's true, round, perfection, cake consistency, just a little sticky mouthfeel. It's great.
So
it's so good.
You like the feel of moist cake in your mouth.
Moist cake in my mouth, donut form.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Good. And you would not look at anything else. Do you think the cake donuts from the grocery store are usually good?
They're okay. No. I mean...
The face you made said absolutely not, sir.
Like... There used to be a really great donut shop.
I don't know why you're trying to tiptoe around grocery store donuts. when you're like, Krispy Kremes are the worst. Grocery stores are okay, though.
Yeah. I do
Krispy
like...
Kreme sponsored this week's episode, so great. Thanks, Alicia.
Yeah, we lost our one sponsor. Sorry. If you have a Smith's in your area, they don't have any good cake donuts, but they do have a maple bar that's all right. So if you want to try a maple bar that's aight, Smith's has a maple bar that's aight. Right. And really good cheese bagels. They make their bagels pretty good. So.
Oh, good. I like this brief review of the Smith's Bakery. Yeah. Pretty good.
Smith's Market Fresh every day.
Oh,
Smith's. Hey, thanks for sponsoring us, Smith's. I'll expect my check in a couple weeks.
She wants it in donut form. You pay us the money you were going to pay us, but in donuts, please.
Yeah. Also, I'll kind of talk a little bit about the Plain Donuts logo just a second, because I was going with some back and forth with Steve on some ideas, and I had some donuts with frosting on them originally, and Steve was like, let's just try it without the frosting. And I took off the frosting, but I left the sprinkles on the donut, which is what our logo is now.
Technically still not a plain donut.
No, not a plain, but I thought it was hilarious because if you were to just sprinkle sprinkles onto a donut without frosting and you would pick up the donut, the sprinkles would just essentially fall off, making the donut plain.
It would be as if you were at your job where people eat sushi on your body and you had to get up quickly to go to the bathroom.
And all your sushi just came off
All your
body.
Sushi would fall off like sprinkles off a plain donut. How you like them callbacks? Woo! I'm on it, Steve!
This is a good episode. We have lots of good stuff.
Henry VIII is just getting weirder. That time he sort of sounded like the poop guy from Homestar Runner.
Oh, yeah.
What was his name? You don't remember my name, Steve?
There was a lot of good characters on Homestar Runner.
It was a great one.
Yeah.
Really, really millennial-friendly content.
Strong Bad? Is that it?
No, that wasn't Strong Bad. It
Strong
was
Sad.
Let's see.
Strong Mad?
I know how to do this. Homestar Runner Poop Smith. It was the Poop Smith.
Of course.
Just start typing poop after Homestar Runner. You'll find it. So anyway.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Well, we have been recording for 1 hour and 20 minutes. We can keep going if you want to. Or do you feel like the sweet callback to sushi falling off your body because you're about to have explosive diarrhea? You think that's good enough to end on? Or...
I think that's a good ending, Steve.
Okay, great. Well, high five. Good job.
High five. Boom. That's probably really loud. Or maybe not. I don't know. Whatever.
Wasn't that strong of a high five.
Thanks for listening to the Your Plain Donuts or Plain Donuts podcast. I'm your co-host Alicia.
I'm your co-host Steve. Hit us up on the hashtag Plain Donuts. We'll find you.
We will find you.
Okay, goodbye.
Ta-ta.